Great right isn't y'all? Great right isn't. Come on for the walk. Ignore this. Get your mats if you're gonna stretch out like I did this morning, but for some reason I'm stiff. Get your weights if you're gonna do weight exercises. Get your chairs if you're gonna do chair exercises. Line up if you're walking on the wall. Stand up if you're walking in place, y'all. Jump on your bikes. Start the treadmill.
Power on.
Yeah. Today, because I just added this stretch out to my morning workout. Okay, here they go. Here they are. Here they go. But I want this window open because it's a nice breeze. Great rod isn't y'all. Raw the day and make it great. Make it great. It's your day. Every day is your day. Choose to make it great. My daughter used to say to our puppy, it's not a puppy now, 4 years old, but she used to say, she's a pit lab mix. So would say that every day you wake up, you choose violence. So don't choose that. Choose to make your day great. And greater and greater and great. Yes, honey. Choose, rule your day. Ah. Oh. Here we go. I don't know what to get to first. Tamika ain't closed me out, y'all. I don't know what that last set of numbers that was roll meant. I don't know what it means. So, we got some stragglers. And one straggler I want to get rid of, I thought was gone. But every time I start feeling ashamed of being connected to these baby boomers, I'm not. I immigrated. My mother immigrated from Virginia, running for a better life to the north. Baby boomers got shit handed to them. They got shit handed to them, left to them, planned for them. Okay, I thought I wasn't seeing my feet. Hold on, y'all. Planned for them. The business was already put in place by their parents that came back from World War II or the Korean War and set it up for them. They got in college because their uncle went to that college. Hey, thanks for coming on the walk. I'll read your message. Your comment on the break. And in the process, they tried to make sure that they would do everything so that we, as I said, we black African Americans, weren't able to get in. Them and their parents spread such malicious lies about African Americans. Violent, can't read, don't know how to do no trade. They never said how they did everything, including unlifing us, to make sure we couldn't get to those colleges. We couldn't get to those things. But it was gifted to them on a platter. They became lawyers and doctors and businessmen. Shit already in place by the family members. It was gifted to them. They were called boomers. They receive the rewards. What do they call that in war? When you get the surplus. So, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, that's what separates us. That's why I said I'm not a baby boomer. And African Americans who call themselves baby fools, you're not. You didn't have shit laid out for you. Matter of fact, they were still unlifing you. Baby boomers was watching my daddy stand on the back of the bus in his uniform and sweat. Because they know they were sitting in front, on their mommy's lap. And those are the same people when I saw the clips, when I was on the YouTube streets. Same people I saw in the clips. Putting the patch on their ear, the Band-Aid, like the orange shit stain. My mother used to say, don't worry, it's going to come a time where they're going to have to think and they ain't going to be able to think. And I'm saying, it's here, mommy. They ain't never had no brains. That whole Republican Party was bullshit. Is bullshit. That's why they keep pulling in movie stars. Movie stars. Fucking George Clooney is up for, he putting in his foot in the ring for movie stars. Because that trash Republican Party will back you. I've seen even glimpses of many Republican and Democratic conventions. And though I've seen some long shit, I ain't seen no shit like that. X says it was a Kotex. But the only one, that's when I felt that sadness, that deep sadness. I was like, I know it was Dick Cheney. I wish Tamika would read me these numbers because we're sure positive. He crying for a party that treated him like shit and his daughter. I want his energy out. I want his energy gone from me. Whew. Please. Then, these trash cans. These trash cans. They don't even know that he, in one statement, declared war on a whole country. He said the next Republican National Convention will be in Venezuela. Everybody know you only have national if in the country where you are. Is Venezuela going to be national to the United States? Penal colony? Is that the next thing? Is there oil down there? Do they have forests and shit that they ain't going there and try to dig up no oil from? Is that why orange shit stain? And I'm talking about having a Republican National Convention in Venezuela? You got pushed through. You don't want to admit it. But you was pushed through, you baby boomers. Now you're mad. Now you're mad. Still talk about migrants coming from the South. But you ain't talking about these corporations going down into South America, buying the government up, Matter of fact, I saw pictures where they finally got ran out the Amazon people from the rainforest. Well, there's gonna be other animals following them, but you ain't saying nothing about that. There's more. SA is on this penal colony than the world, honey. Every second, every moment, because they're given the right. They sit in those pews. I could hardly stand it. Such a mockery. Such a mockery. Dick Cheney. I want him gone. He's very upset. A mockery. Mockery. He told them fight. Fight, fight. I saw the clips. Fight, 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 fight. And they cheered. But honey, I'm going to make sure every day I leave this house, I have my box cutter on me. Don't bring your dumbass fight this way. I know what a jugular vein is. Alright? It don't take much. And I ain't got to be strong. The razor just got to be sharp. And ain't nobody doing nothing. Nobody saying nothing. He done said he gonna go in and take over Venezuela and that they gonna fight us whether he wins or lose. And there's a whole government in place. You got a legislative branch, you got I start to say the judicial branch, but he got too many butt-fuck pictures of them. Them justices, they ain't never gonna open their mouth to defend to help us. So I'm trying to get back to the topic, which is really good, but the civil rights ancestors are laughing. They are so happy. They are so happy that the world is seeing this country's true colors. They're beasts. They're sheep. They're followers. You go to a convention to talk about voting, they go talk about fighting. You go to a convention to talk about this country and what you're going to do to improve it. He talked about invading Venezuela. What did Venezuela do to him? But the civil rights ancestors are rolling. Them the ones that got the jobs. Them the ones that got the jobs. They made sure my mother couldn't get it. They said she couldn't think. They parents and then them wrote horrible things about me and then about my daughter. Gang. That's how it used to be. Running around having children, no daddy to take care of them. They were happy for us to abort. And then you're running around like clowns, putting shit on your ears, taping them, because it's fun, because y'all getting ready for the fight. But the civil rights ancestors are rolling. They think this is the funniest thing. I can't even get to my topic that I want to talk to y'all about. Oh! And all I did was go on the YouTube streets And everybody just stands back. What if somebody from Venezuela said, well, wait a minute, how he gonna have the Republican National Vision in our country? That's not a political party here. Well, it is if he takes over. But nobody came back from the State Department and said, he don't mean that. This is not what we're doing. This is not what we're about. They're just sitting there watching the train fucking crash. But it's a lot of damage along the way. But again, that's the baby boomers. Assholes, assholes, assholes. The asshole crashing and the assholes that won't stop the crash. Venezuela, align yourself with a powerful country. Because to allow that orange shit stain to say that means that all these assholes are on board. Strengthen up your borders. Start kicking Americans out. He said it. And he's still there. He should be under arrest. He should be in jail. He should be so many things. But he's starting wars. I only have one message, so this is going to be short. True, thank you, cool fella. Ooh, now we go right back in. I only got one message. Ooh, almost like we ain't miss a thing. Come here, you. Okay. Yes. Get those corporations out of South America. Where the Amazon people supposed to go? And the animals. While you fucking and fucking for gold. And oil. That's going to be passe. Because energy is a resource. But that's these baby boomers. They got their oil, what do you call it? Stocks. Got their oil stocks. They ain't giving that shit up. They want more. But you got Amazonian people ain't got no home. All they had was a tree, and you fucking took the tree. What you gonna tell me about they running up here? More. And some fucking animals. Snakes big enough to swallow y'all asses whole. Anyway. Woo. Ha ha. Woo. Mika. Now, again, here's the ancestors. Oh boy. I saw this thing where this man in Sweden had donated sperm to have 1,000 babies on this planet now. In Sweden, but he did other places too. And I don't give 2 francs and a burger. But since Jamaica can't give me what those last set of numbers is so I can get this message and close this door, the ancestors said that's what they was doing when we first got there. So I'm like, vibing back, I'm like, oh. He said, yeah. Inbreeding. Inbreeding. They couldn't understand that inbreeding makes disabilities, makes psychological diseases, or as they said, mental illness, from a gene that only gets stronger because you keep inbreeding it. So, according to the ancestors, that's what they saw. And through mingling with the black Africans, a lot of that stuff was eradicated. And that's when even they, the ruling black Africans in Europe, even they realize that you can't do that. You weaken the human, you weaken the bloodline, and the earth ain't down for that. See, that's why I try to tell you, the earth knew it made you perfect. Stop listening to these things. The earth made you perfect. It only wants perfection. You make imperfection humans. Through mixing blood of blood. Now the funny thing is, I remember the first family reunion that my grandmother was talking about having, that I was aware of. And I said, family reunion? Like, ugh. She said, you have to have family reunions so you know not to marry your cousin. So I'm like, that's weird coming from you. And this whole incest compound I'm living on. She said, no. You gotta know who it is, because if not, you're gonna have sick babies. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. You know, I'm vibing back with the ancestors. I see what you're saying. I see where you're coming from. But I threw at them. It's happening right now. It happened in the African American community. It was with the light-skinned people. We would call them high yellows, but they didn't have enough European in them to be considered European. You could still see the African pronounced, the texture of the hair, etc., etc. And they didn't want any black African blood in their line. So they kept marrying one another. And the babies would come out sick, deformed, but back in those days you would just take it and chuck it in the river or chuck it in the sea or chuck it in the garbage. But it got so bad the government had to come in. Also up in the mountains of Appalachia. Again, we don't want no black. We don't want no black blood. Though all are African, but you know. We don't want no black blood. Marry cousins, brothers. Making all these little sick babies, mentally sick, physically sick, deformed, crippled. The government had to step in and start throwing folks in jail. You're making sick babies. So, even now, they told me don't forget, even now in the Midwest, there is like 3 brothers that have thousands of kids. They marrying each other, the kids. They're making sick babies. It's 3 brothers and 3,000 kids that are blood blood, first line blood connected. And then you get babies. And the government can't stop them, they can't do nothing. And they don't tell you how much disability or disabled those folks are. They're not going to tell you that. And that's a lot of these baby boomers that's out there. Weak blood. It weakens the blood. In all the races. It happened in China. The Honorable Chairman Mao. One man, 10 wives, 20 concubines, hundreds of children. But he changed wives all the time. And concubine, okay, you're out. So now all her children's out there, but they got kin. So they start mixing. And the babies come out sick. And the babies coming out sick and the orphanages were running over. They had no way to take care of those sick babies. But they wouldn't stop. One man had to have 10 women. And all had to make babies for him. And then some just wanted to keep it in the blood. So they started marrying each other and making deformed babies. You can't do that. That's why if you European African, and you see your daughter and son come in with that African, Native, South American, Asian, say, uh-oh, we got a bad gene. And the bad gene is not the African, the Native American, or the Spanish. The bad gene is in the European from that mixed blood. That gene is going to come up and strike again and again and again and again. But if you get a mixture of different blood, it weakens that sick gene that's making your baby sick. So now the government, going back to that man who donated and made 1,000 babies, they got to find them out. They got to know each other. That's your brother. You can't date him. You can't. It's not like that in the Midwest. They marrying each other all the time. Can't you say half of the baby boomers that was in this was from the Midwest? You can't see them bad gene people? Weak blood, weak gene, it weakens the gene. Go look it up. That's why there's laws against it. I knew right away when I saw him. Very light, extremely light, different color, light color eyes, but you could tell he was African. African hair, thicker skin, and he had one short arm. Okay, I knew his wife. Then I meet their child. Now his wife is as dark as seal. So when I saw that, spider senses went off. And then the only child they had was Down syndrome. And I knew. So, as the wife is showing me, and she's telling me, they didn't want me in the family because I'm black. Because they're all light skinned. You see the green eyes and stuff like that. And I'm saying to myself, I see the short arm, and I see your Down syndrome son. He wanted you in the family because he wanted to stop that gene that came from mixing and mixing and mixing. So when I looked at the pictures of his family, they look like brothers and sisters. Everybody looked so close in blood. And I said, oh, there's that gene. Y'all done fucked around and got that gene. He brought that black woman from South Carolina into his life because he thought having a child with her would stop that gene from them marrying one another. That's what they used to do. They didn't want no black blood. They didn't want any black. They just wanted to be real light skinned. They didn't want any Europeans either. European Africans. They didn't want the straight hair stuff. They just wanted to keep it just like it was. Keep their money. They own the funeral parlors. They own the businesses. They own the banks in the black communities. So they wanted to keep all the money in the bloodline. But I could tell from his short arm, a very nice guy. I mean, but you can tell that gene was there. And y'all making that gene. Squeeze your gut, tuck in the elbow, neither up nor down. But as I already told y'all, my daughter, the only child I had, her daddy is from Ghana. I knew it was some fuck shit in my blood. Because my grandmother is whatever. And mixed European or Indian or something. Squeeze your gut, tuck in the elbow. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wasn't taking no chances. I already had a heart murmur. You just know. You're in a society where incest and stuff like that is perpetuated. Keep it all in the blood. Keep it. We marry each other because we want to keep the money in the blood. We want to keep the land in the blood. You're weakening the blood and making bad genes. Squeeze the gut. Tuck in your elbow. Neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my goodness, their vibe is so high. Yeah, you weakening the gene. Oh my goodness. That's why the universe makes us. You say, oh, she likes like. You are just, we're humans on this earth. The earth does mixing too for its own survival and for our survival. So if you see that person that's not European African sitting at your table, the universe is telling you and the earth is telling you, you got a bad gene. Mix that blood now. Eliminate that gene. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now the Belgian government is all out of whack. really don't know how many children this man made. But you'll notice, you'll find them when the diseases, Down syndrome, autism, uh, different heart diseases, the leukemias, the diabetes from the when that comes through, their inability to fight off the diseases. Sweet gut, tucking the elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did do this side right, but we can do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when that different blood is brought to the table, oh, I want to have a child by him. It is sometimes, and they say, well, why does she want him? Why does she want to be with him? You don't understand. That's the earth. That gene is needed to sustain the human body, to remove the bad genes that y'all put in through inbreeding. But that's what you always did. Yeah, there was a time you had to populate, yeah, that's not it now. That's not it. You don't have to marry your brother. And all governments are saying to the Swiss brother, how the hell you let this shit happen? And you say, why they say that? They're like, because now we're going to wind up with a bunch of disabled kids, blind kids, multiple sclerosis, osteosclerosis. You're weakening the gene. Me, I wouldn't have a kid with nobody from the, what is it, Utah, Idaho, Minnesota, Phoenix, none of them, honey. You gonna hit that bad blood. You gonna hit that bad blood. Because they're all marrying into each other. Nieces marry uncles. Uncles are parents are other uncles by from their mother. Do you see how that gene is getting all twisted up? I would marry none of them. Talking bad about the Native American, y'all, that's like, y'all need the Native Americans to break up that black blood. Y'all also need these Hispanics to come there and break up that bad blood. That's where a lot of them folks that was running around putting shit on their ear, that's where they come from. And that's the baby boomers, honey. Okay, the water wasn't everything I desired. It could have been a little cooler. I finally got the lemon right, but I didn't get the water temperature correct. Excuse me while I chug this. Oh, hey, thanks for coming on a walk. I gotta get it down. Whew. But when it's perfect, it just like goes down so smooth. But when it's not perfect, ooh, yeah, it's a fight. Yeah, y'all. We're humans. We're on this earth. Stop with all that cult shit, that otherworldly. You're here. You are. And there's only one thing you got while you're here. This is it. Hit your chest. Hit your chest. That's the only thing you got. That's the only thing you got. I have cars. I got a car sitting out front right now. I ain't got it. It's there. Well, guess what I got? I walked it for 25 minutes. I did hand weight exercises, and I'm putting this awful water down. Wait a minute. Let me throw it back. Whew, a good try, but it ain't finished. A good try, but I still got more. When it is nice and cool, and that lemon is just right. Not cold where it bothers your teeth, but cool. But when it's like warm-ish, I can drink hot water. I can wake up in the morning. I can wake up in the middle of the night, boil me some hot water, and sip my hot water. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But the minute it gets warm, I don't like it. And this is warm. I got an issue with it, but I'm going to take care of this on Monday. Remember, Monday and Tuesday, my water was good. Okay, hold on. Hold on. The end. Whew, that was hard. Whew, I gotta do better with my water. Whew. How y'all doing with y'all water? Whew, child. But this is the only time I can drink water like that. In the wintertime, when that cold hit me, every ounce of water I got is coming out. Hey, Chloe, hi. Thanks for coming on the walk. Y'all, thanks so much for your support. Thank you, new subscribers. Y'all like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise with me. I'll have my glasses much better on Monday. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Monday. Thanks for coming on the walk.